Hello friends, welcome back. It's Belinda here. At this stage it looks like I might have 1 or 2 gaps in the week that I'm away on holiday, but I've still got half a day left to maybe pull something out of my bag. But anyway, let's get into today. Just a little filler project, working on this bunch of unfinished bits and pieces. So I think what's really drawing me at the moment are these 2 pockets that are from Roxy's Weekly Challenge, from the one I did last week that I never got to. I intended to do them on video and ran out of time. So let's see if we can quickly do these and then move on to something else. So I have just some random leftover bits and pieces of papers from various places. This one's from Rachel and Bella Crafts, from I think the summer kit, I believe. But they've kind of got mixed up as I've moved on from the projects where I was using these. They're now becoming, as I said, all mixed up, and I relying on memory, which isn't always foolproof, to remind me where they came from. But I definitely know it's Rachel and Bella Crafts, so there's that. Pretty sure it's the, I think it's called the Sounds of Summer kit. Right, okay, let's pop that on there. Just trying to make some quick decisions here and not fluff around too much, because I would like to get more than just these 2 done. It is a most beautiful day here today. It is warm and windy, but a nice wind, not a horrible wind. It's just gorgeous outside. It's warm, it's beautiful, but inside it is cold. I am cold. Like, I've got a singlet, a skivvy, my hoodie, and I'm still cold. So I've opened the windows to try and let the warmth in. I know what's coming in, and that's the flies, but hopefully some of that warmth is going to filter through, because really I'm over being cold, and we're only at the beginning of autumn. Like, we've got winter to go, and I'm over being cold. Like, doesn't bode well, does it? We do have another scrap here of something. It's sort of tucked in underneath everything else. This is again from Rachel and Bella Crafts, but which kit I am not precisely sure. Maybe the vintage pink one. It's not really straight, which is, let's go this end instead because that looks straighter. So yeah, I thought this was a good opportunity while I'm trying to finish up some bits, just to use up some scraps from other projects rather than just keep them hanging around. We may as well use them because it's good paper, good ink, but not doing any good just sitting in a bag or a box or whatever for however long. Okay, sliding that up a little bit. Okay, so there's the backgrounds done on the top of the pocket. Now we need something to go up here. So when I was doing this, I did mention some papers that I was sent in Happy Mail from the beautiful Lisa, and I've been hoarding them. Is that the right one? No, not that one. This one. I love this page with the bunnies, and I thought fussy cut out a bunny would look really good on one of these pockets. So this is from a collection called Home Sweet Home, and I forget the name of the paper company that Lisa said they were from. I do apologise, but I think she said they also don't sell online. So if you're not in Australia, you probably can't get them anyway. I'm guessing. Pretty sure she said they don't sell online. Right, so I'm going to give it a little kiss cut, not right up to the image, but just leaving a small white border. It is reasonably thick, but I might want to, now that I'm cutting it, thinking actually do I want to back it, and I probably do, which means I'm going to have to cut twice. But I don't want to necessarily back everything, so I probably in this instance do need to cut it away from its fellows. So maybe I'll just kind of do a loose cut up here now. So yeah, I think that's going to be very, very cute. So let's find some paper. Book page is what I'm looking for. Let's just grab out another. I can't remember where I've put the page that I was using. So we'll just grab another one. It's a good way to use up some more book. So let's pop that on there. I keep covering everything up and then, darn it, I just threw away my glue stick. Trying to do things quickly doesn't work. I tell you, it doesn't work for me. I just end up being all sorts of fingers and thumbs, and so let's grab out a new one. As you can see, I've got plenty here. Lives on the shelf behind me, so it's always a bit dodgy if I try and grab it down in a hurry, because it could very well just fall on my head. But it worked. I managed to get it down. So let's glue this onto our bit of paper so it can dry before we cut it out, and I'll find something else for the other pocket while this is drying. Let's give that a good press. I mean, I could use 2 bunnies. That would be allowable, wouldn't it? But do I want to use 2? Oh, sorry, I've got hiccups coming out of nowhere. This one's quite lovely as well. But was there anything else in these pages that I thought would lend itself to being cut out? They're cute little houses. I don't remember, these butterflies are nice, but I'm not thinking butterfly. I don't remember specifically anything else amongst these that was suitable for fussy cutting. As soon as I opened these papers way back, the bunny one automatically said to me to be fussy cut. Fussy cut the bunnies. Those are more sort of background pages. There's 5 bundles, I think, of different papers. And these lovely handmade pockets. I think that's super cool. Some fun papers in this one. But not really fussy cuttable. No, and last one. I mean, I do have other things I could go to, but I'm thinking at this stage we're just going to do another bunny. Okay, bunny it is. Do I want this one here? I think that's probably the easiest one to do, and we can cut it out from the rest of it without too much trouble. So we can cut once on this one. So how are you all today? I hope you're having a fantastic week. As this video goes, oh, I just gouged out the glue stick. As this video goes to air, I think, I'm not sure whether it's going up, what day it's going up, but I think we'll be at the end of our holiday by the time this video goes up. So either the day we come home or the day after we come home. Which is pretty sad to think about, that our holiday's already over by this point. Fortunately, that glue mess, which is an utter mess, is on a bit that we're going to be cutting off. So that's fortunate. Just going to scrape it off a bit there. And get rid of this glue page, because obviously it's got well, fold it in half. Obviously it's got too much glue on it, so we definitely need that one to dry so that we're not spreading glue everywhere. So I'm just going to cut this one out, and it should be good to go now. Oops, and then I started actually fussy cutting rather than doing the kiss cut. So I guess now I'm doing the proper fussy cut because I forgot what I was doing. That's all right. Still not a true fussy cut really, I'm being quite loose with it. Yeah, so I hope your week's been a good one. I imagine I'll be looking forward to getting back into my routine. It's always the way when I have a break. It's like, it's lovely to have a break, but I do really like my routine, and once we get home, it will still be a few days before I can get back into it. So I'll be hanging out to just rebuild my routine and sort of get back into the swing of things. Originally, hubby was supposed to have the Monday off as well, so I think that's like the 18th, something like that. But because he had to have a day off when after his tooth was extracted, he's had to lose a day off his holiday. So quietly, I'm not upset about him having to go back to work on the Monday, because it means that I can kind of have a full week of being back to normal-ish. I'm sure I'll have lots of plans and ideas by then, after a week of resting and watching YouTube and letting my mind wander over possibilities and plan ideas. I'm sure I'll be full of things I want to do. Well, I hope so. I hope that's the case. Right, I think I'm just going to make a mess so I can preserve this bit as a scrap of book text. I'm going to tear that off. Sup of my tea. It's just freshly made, so grab it while it's hot. Right, this one I'm going to do the kiss cut. Also because it's a bit more spindly. Super cute little images though. So I'm doing my best, Lisa, not to hoard but to use. It's exciting to have these wonderful things to play with if I can just bring myself to play with them and not just look at them and go, I could use that, but no, I can't. I can't use it. I've got to hold on to it. I just like looking at it. Well, this way I get to enjoy looking at it, I get to enjoy using it, and I get to enjoy sharing it with you guys and with whatever journal it ends up in, and whoever ends up with that journal gets to enjoy them too. Sharing is caring. Old saying, but it is true. Unless it's something like the flu, then sharing is not caring. This glue is still a little bit wet, so I can feel it's, you know, a bit floppier than what it should be once it's dried. Around the cute little bunny's cheeks. I just want to squeeze them. They're so cute. I've had a few pet bunnies in my life, and a couple of them were wild, ones that various cats had brought home. I remember growing up that one of our cats caught a wild rabbit and brought it to my bedroom window and gave it to me. So I put it out in our guinea pig cage. We didn't have guinea pigs at the time, so it was, you know, just the rabbit in the cage. And in the morning I went out to check on it and, you know, make sure it had everything it needed. Opened the door and it hopped out the door, down the driveway, and disappeared. So that bunny I had for a sum total of maybe 12 hours, give or take, maybe a little longer. but not very long, less than a day. I had that little bunny. Funny, I mean, I was probably only 8 or 9. I wasn't very old, and I didn't think anything, you know, I didn't anticipate the bunny was just going to hop out and away. Did not enter my brain whatsoever. Now, the only thing I'm wondering about this is with sliding things in and out of that pocket, whether that kind of is going to be an issue. So what I might do is glue that part down, which means we'll be narrowing the pocket. So instead of having it that width, it'll be kind of like that width. I don't think that's necessarily a problem though. I can slide it over as much as possible, which is dictated to by this flower here. But I think I won't glue it down unless I see that it is going to be an issue, and then I'll glue it down. So $1 each way on that one. Gives me the option of leaving it as is if it's going to be fine. But if it's an issue, then I have the option of gluing it down. So I think that's the best way to go, just to give me options and what's going to work and what's going to be best for the piece of ephemera. Right, so I am just going to ink around this beautiful black and white image. Need to put it on my glue page to get that fine bit. Okay, that's that one, and let's do this one as well. Turn them into little wild brown bunnies instead of little white bunnies. I guess that's the other option, since they're black and white. It's been rolling in the dirt, digging a tunnel. That's what they're good for, isn't it? Or digging in the garden, digging up the lettuces. Lettuce actually isn't that great for bunnies. It's not the best thing you can give bunnies. The second wild bunny I had that a cat brought home, I named it Satin. It was so soft, and it was this big. It was tiny. And I put it, it was quite shell-shocked, so I put it in a box in a quiet room on top of the freezer. Unfortunately, it recovered a bit before I went in to check on it, and it had jumped out of the box, and not just onto top of the freezer, but down onto the floor, which was a huge drop for this tiny bunny. And it passed away, and it made me very, very sad. I was not happy. And after that, my husband the next day or the same day went out and bought me a bunny from a pet shop, who I named Opal. She was black and all white with some charcoal grey black splotches down the centre of her back. She was pretty. Okay, too much talking. I'm not going to get this done if I keep blathering on. So what am I after? I'm after some kind of label thing situation going on. Let's see what I've got in my handmade stamped labels. Just for a bit of colour, because we haven't got a lot of colour going on. And these are very colourful. They might be a bit small. But see, lots of colour. I do like that. We could layer some up. Because they're small, we could just use more than one. Don't really want the same shape label though. It's got a bit of purple in it. And then maybe a little round one. No, that tones in too much with the green. That's the one on top. No, I want that one underneath. I think that's cute. I'm going to go with that. And I don't think I want to ink them. I know, that's a bit out of control, isn't it? Not inking. Just want to kind of them to be in the background a bit. And this one, so this is from children's book. Lovely bold bright colours and patterns, which is super fun. One of my favourite things to do with patches of random images that you wouldn't use any other way is to turn them into either faux washi or labels like this. I'm just wondering if that's exactly the circle that I want. The pink one. Pink or grey. I think the pink feels more lively to me, more life in it. So I'm going to go pink. There's no pink anywhere. There's a faint pink stripe in this bigger label at the back here. So it does tie in, but there's no real pink anywhere else. Maybe a subtle little bit in the backing paper there. Okay, so we need to, actually if I put that down there, so we need to glue below that point. At this rate, I'm only going to get these two done because I've spent so much time talking and waving my hands in the air. Right, put that flower right against the edge. So it brings this stalk as close to the edge as we can get it. Just making sure I'm not gluing our pocket shut. Ah, so cool. I just need to ink around the edges, which I will do off camera. Right, this one. Let's do a similar thing. I've got just a... I would like to keep these parts of these illustrations there because I think they're quite interesting. Oh, there's a helicopter. I would say then the fire alarm that went about 20 minutes ago would have been an accident. Unfortunately, car accident. Because the helicopter's brought in to transport people to hospital that need more urgent attention than an ambulance. So yeah, not a good... Well, this one says hugs and kisses. It's kind of a bit too similar to that one. We could put that one there. Right, that's too dark. This one's actually magazine paper. No, not right. There's another pinky one here. It's got a bit of blue on as well. No. Ooh, dear is me. Oh, what about this one? It's a more brown, but it kind of sinks into the background a bit more. So using a wee cluster of labels. Okay. I have no idea exactly where I had them lined up, so I'm just going to recompose. Not a big deal if they're different place than what I anticipated. Oh, I've got the window open, so all the noises of the outside are just loud and proud. So I don't know if you can hear the dog barking. I certainly can. There's been a bit of that lately in the neighbourhood, particularly 2 doors down from us where there's new people, and the people who left had dogs that were used to bark, and the new neighbours have dogs that bark, and bark a lot, and it's very annoying. I think it's when they're home alone the dogs are barking, so it's not like the owners have a chance to stop them barking because they're not there. But our next door neighbour right directly close to us have a dog, and it never barks. He's such a good boy, very well trained, beautiful nature. He always pokes his head through the fence to say hello when I'm out there. And when I say hello, I mean he's just like smiling at me going, are you going to come pet me? Are you talking to me? Not barking. Right. So there we have 2 cute bunny pockets. Yay. Love those. Awesome. Let's have a look at the time. Yeah, we've still got time. I'm just going to kind of move these off my mat, but leave them out in case I decide I want to use them on my next piece of ephemera. And let's see what we're going to do next. What is speaking to me out of this pile? Got a bit of masterboard here. Let's deal with that. Just a random bit left over from something a long time ago. It needs backing. How big is it? It is, oh, it's quite large. Do we want to trim it down a bit? I'll just trim it down a little bit and go to 4 inches. And that might be useful as a strip cluster, so I'll put that in my strip bag. And we'll go to, I haven't got 6 inches across here, so I'm just going to guesstimate that that's about 6 inches, give or take. It's close enough. Right, I will back this off camera because that's a part of the process that, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory. And we'll just decorate it up. Do I want rounded corners? I think on this one, I'm just going to snip the corners. A la Rachel from Roxy Creations. She's a great one at snipping corners. And the snipped corners means that when I back it, it'll be easy enough to replicate the snip rather than the rounded corners, which you've got to be a bit more careful about. So, I mean, we could use another bunny. This one down here would actually be really lovely. Do I want to fussy cut it or do I want to fussy tear? Let's see how we go at tearing. Ooh, I'm so nervous, I don't want to damage it. I'm going to come up between these two so I don't risk damaging those. If it doesn't look any good, I can still come in and fussy cut, as long as I don't do anything wildly disastrous with my tearing, like lose an ear or a nose or something. Like I just tore a little bit into that one's paw, but something I could actually fix with a little bit of biro would fix that right up without being obvious. So that didn't go too bad, but do I like the look of it is the thing. I think I need to get some of this white. Do I want to colour it? That's another option. If I colour it, we're going to take more time. We'll probably only get this piece done out of our pile. Yeah, now I need to get the rest of this straight edge off. Where do you stop? It's hard to know sometimes, isn't it? Where does one stop? Not a lot of space at the bottom there. but I think I got it okay. Just going to throw them at my rubbish bin because I've got something sitting on top of my rubbish bin. Yep, I am still going. Just a little bit excess white space in there, I don't think is necessary. Okay. Let's try a bit of, actually a bit of this matte pin behind might be quite nice. Oops. I didn't intend on doing that, but never mind. I quite like the colour contrast there. Oh, a bit croaky. Must be time for more tea. Excuse me. No. Label under here. And then I feel like I need something over top. So, let's look at my printed labels. What about a long one? These are from Shabby Cottage Studio. No. Nope. Let's try a shorter one. Oh, what about Remember? There we go. I like that. Cool. I'll try and remember to link Shabby Cottage Studio in the description box. If it's not there, it's probably because I forgot, or definitely because I forgot, so give me a reminder. Remember. Might be a little subtle message in there somewhere. Do I want this label down here? Maybe I want it up the other way. Actually, I like that. I like it up that way. So let's pop that down first. Do I want to ink around our bunny? I think I probably do. And maybe ink, take away some of the white a little bit. Not sure. I don't want to ruin it. Go there. Okay, we need to move things. So I might put this label down. Actually, this one might need inking. Just got a little bit of a white edge, so that takes that down a bit. I hope this is interesting for you guys to watch, just watching me dealing with random flotsam and jetsam off my desk. Get it out of my hair and into my dun bin will be a very good feeling. I do appreciate you joining me and keeping me company while I take care of things like this. Okay, let's use glue stick for the map. Just a bit of encyclopedia page. Oops, a bit extra lumpy under there because of that, so we'll move it out the way. Oh, I'm dead keen to go outside and grab some sun and read my book, so that's what I'll be doing, although I've got computer work that needs doing as well, and I'm running out of time because we are away in the morning. So whether I actually get that time outside. I have got a couple of loads of washing out on the washing line, so at the very least I will need to go out in the sun to get it back in. So that might be as much as I can expect to enjoy this afternoon, because that computer work has to be done before I go away, because I won't be able to do it once I'm away. And I went to do it this morning and my computer was playing up, so I shut it down and thought, I'm just going to let you think about your actions or inaction, and I'll come back this afternoon and turn you back on, and hopefully it will be all tickety-boo. It's probably because I just haven't shut it down for a few days and it's going like, oh, I've got this update to do and I've got that update to do, and I'm so tired. You haven't turned me off. I've just been on for days. So I've given it a break. Turned it off. I'm very bad at turning my computer off because I'm basically at it every day and I just can't be bothered rebooting it every day. So I leave it on, and then I might go a couple of days where I don't manage to get in the office. And then typically it's at that point where it goes like, no, you just left me going. You didn't use me. You didn't love me. You didn't talk to me. I don't want to do anything now. It's tough bickies. Does your computer do that? Or is it just mine? Oops, I don't want to cover all that yellow. I want some of that yellow there. So I didn't end up inking over the white, and I actually don't mind it, but I might just see if I can kind of go in between a little bit and around the edges in those white spaces rather than on the image, trying not to get the flowers or the bunny itself. There. Cool. I'm calling that done, apart from obviously I need to ink around it, I need to back it, but as far as looks go, it's done. Right, how are we going? We still have some time. Woohoo! Let's grab out another piece. This one's probably, you know, pretty much a project in itself, as is that one. So we've got another bit of masterboard. Got some of these corner tucks that I was working on the other day. There's another bit of masterboard. That is a pocket, that's a pocket, that's a pocket, and that's a pocket. Those are Roxy's weekly challenge ones, I think, or that one is. That one's a different orientation, as is that one. And that one's same, just using different paper, using a crossword that I coloured in with markers, which I think is kind of fun. Don't think I'm going to do the corner tucks because we haven't long done those. Putting those aside because they're too time consuming for this. Let's do this one. Is it tall enough? So on a page, it's not quite tall enough for a belly band, although we could still use it as a belly band or a side tuck. Either or, I think it would work. Which way up do I like it? I think I like it this way because this pineapple here, it's a green pineapple. It's a pineapple. I think would make more sense being that way up. Okay, let's do this. It's quite flimsy, so I think it either needs sewing around or backing or both. Is this, no, that book page isn't tall enough. Let's back it onto some book page. That's a good place to start. I think I'll get a fresh glue page out. Remind me I've got to go fish out my glue stick that I flicked onto the floor which is not my favourite activity, trying to reach it under the desk. And there's a my vibration board is under my desk, so when things fall under, invariably they fall onto the vibration board, roll off and down the back, and so it's very awkward to get things. And hubby will often do it for me. If he's home, he won't let me do it myself. He'll climb under the desk and do it for me, but he's at work right now. Unless it stays there and I forget about it, and then one day when I'm cleaning up, I go, oh, that's right, here's that glue stick. Or alternatively, how did that glue stick get there? I don't remember that, depending on how long it's been there. Could go either way, quite honestly. Could go either way. Because there's a whole lot of books in front of where it would have landed that I'm not going to shift to fish out a glue stick that is pretty close to being used up anyway. That's not straight, so I'm going to lose a little bit of length just to straighten that up. I hope I straightened it, not made matters worse. So a little bit curly. Just going to give it a wee slide over my desk, and a bit of paper here popped up, so let's just glue that down, probably because it's over top of paint. There's a bit of painty paper there, and the glue stick doesn't like the texture of the paint, so a bit of tacky glue take care of that. Okay, so we need something probably longish. Have I got a bit of lace or something that would be long enough? I don't know if I do in this dish. That's kind of pretty though. It's not as long as my, we'll call it a belly band, but does that matter? It's got this lovely ribbon which actually goes on that side. The ribbon is actually long enough though, so we could just have the ribbon top to bottom and that bit of eyelet lace just on the side there. Do we want it on the side or in the middle? We could actually turn that into another little tuck, but I don't know if I want to do that. Okay, let's put this dish out of my way, tuck everything back inside it. This is one of the bits I picked up recently from Creative Junk when I did my little shopping filler bag trip. Now, what glue do I want? Probably want my alcohol glue for this. And I think I'm just going to trim this off straight here. And when I place it down, I'll place it from this end first. Oh, it's quite hard to cut straight. Keeps moving in my scissors. So is that, yep, that looks about even. Hope I'm on camera here. I feel like I'm quite close to me, working quite close down the desk. Come on, glue. I know you're getting towards the end, but you're not empty yet. There we go, it's coming. There we go. Just trying to hold the ribbon in place because it tends to slide backwards and forwards. And I want it to kind of be even, top and bottom. Right, I think that's good to go. Just close my glue, otherwise it's all going to bubble up. Just come and say hello. So you spend all your time trying to get it out, and then when you don't want it to come out, it's like all over you. It's like, hello, here I am. I'm very flamboyant right now. Because you don't actually want me to come out. Yeah. It's all a conspiracy on the glue. Oops, that's not moving. So it's going to be like that, whether it's even or not. It has glued itself in place. Right, trim that end off. I'm very proud of myself. That piece of eyelet lace with the ribbon is normally something that I would hoard because that's all I had. And it is rather pretty, but man, it feels good to get it down on something and make something pretty. Because that's why I get it. Don't get it so it can just live forever in my treasure box. But I've got plenty of stuff that's just living in my treasure box. It's a little bit crooked, but however, that it is what it is. It's not moving. Okay, let's give it a wee ink around. So I'm not sure if I want to add anything else or not. I feel like it could do with something. This is a bit of wrapping paper, this pineapple. I may stitch around this, I'm not sure. I've packed my sewing machine away, so I tend to be kind of not doing any. I haven't sewed actually for probably 3 weeks because I've put the sewing machine away. Because we were having people and it was like I need to shift it and tidy it up, and then I haven't brought it back out because otherwise it just lives on the coffee table in our lounge. Right, if I do put something, what could I put? It's okay, but it's not fantastic. That's worse. A little label, or do we want an actual label, printed label? Too wide. One of these, cough syrup or strawberry. Oops, stuck to the Velcro. No. Nope, nope, nope. I'm really not sure, people. Not sure. Don't know if anything's going to fit or look right. No. Other options. What other options might we have other than a label? About a circle label. We haven't tried a circle. No, it's not really floating my boat either. I haven't tried one of these. These are out of my oh gosh, I can't remember the name. Watercolor hand drawn labels, something like that. And many of them are designed to be both vertical or horizontal orientation. You can use them sideways or up and down. Not all of them. Some of them may have a definite direction, but I deliberately designed some so that they could go either way. That I don't mind, actually. Maybe we just want to go with that. Maybe we could put something over top. Tuck something in under there. No, no, it's not doing it for me. lots of colours going on here, so it's not so much a colour thing. I think it's just shape that's kind of got me a bit stumped. Put a circle one there. There. Random arrangement of colours. I know, it's entirely eclectic. But it is kind of working for me. Unless we go, oh, that's kind of the same grey. Let's try this green one. That actually I like better because it picks up the ribbon. Even though we do have other bits of pink. Right, so I'm going to commit to it because I could spend the next half hour just fiddling around and then scrap the whole thing going, no, it's just not working. And there's nothing wrong with this. I think it's fine. Right, slide you in a little bit under there. Put this vertical label on. So this kit, this is from, is on Etsy. If you are interested, on my Etsy. Thought I should clarify that. So I'm not tucking that under the lace, I'm just going up to the lace. And then this little grey one is just going to tie those two bits together and go over top of the lace. Oh, there's a really nice warm breeze coming in through the window behind me now. Right, just hold that a bit because I perhaps should have used my alcohol glue since I was gluing to lace, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I am sure. So there we go. We have a cute little belly band or side pocket or tuck, depending how we want to use it. So there's options. If we want a thumb notch, we could still put one in here if desired, or a very shallow one on this side if we wanted to use it on the side. But I'm thinking more belly band for this. That's what it's kind of saying to me, but it could be used for those other things as well. We'll just see when it comes to using it in a journal. I am distracted by these little corners that I trimmed off the journal card. Doesn't take much to distract me, does it? Look, that's a distraction. That's an annoyance for me. So I'm going to call it a video there. So we've made this belly band. This little journal card. And these two pockets that were from the recent Roxy's Weekly Challenge. The bunnies look good, don't they? I think they're super cute. So thanks for joining me, my friends. I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care. Have a fantastic weekend. And I will be back as usual on Monday. See you then.